Show that AC is the diameter of a circle that passes through the points A, 1, minus 5, B, minus 3, 1, and C, 6, 7, and then find the equation of the circle. Right, very fundamental is actually to draw a diagram plotting those points on. So plotting all those points on an XY axis. So what we're saying is that this here is the diameter of the circle. The circle passes through all these points. Now there's an angle theorem, circle theorem, that says that the angles in a semicircle, and it would be a semicircle if that's a diameter, would be 90 degrees. So what we've got to do is show, and although we can see, but we've actually got to show that that angle is 90 degrees, this angle here. So if AC is the diameter, then angle ABC has to be 90 degrees. The angle in a semicircle is a right angle. That's a theorem, circle theorem that you learned at IGCSE. So we need to show that AB is perpendicular. AB is perpendicular to BC. So the gradient of AB, and remember we have this formula, the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that will be 1 minus 5. So be very careful with signs and which one you choose. Over minus 3 minus 1. And that gives me 1 minus 5 is 6, minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4. 6 divided by minus 4 gives me minus 3 over 2. And that's what I'd expect that to be a negative gradient. Now I'm going to find the gradient of BC. So I'm going to do 7 minus 1 divided by 6 minus 3. And that gives me 6, 7 minus 1, and 6 minus 3 is 9. You have to be very careful with signs here. 6 over 9 is 2 over 3. And if we did the product of those two gradients, which is going to be minus 3 over 2 times 2 over 3, that gives me minus 1, which is the property for perpendicular lines. Therefore, angle ABC is 90 degrees, and therefore angle ABC is in a semicircle. So this point is, therefore, this line here is the diameter of the circle. Hence, AC is the diameter of the circle. Now we've got to find the equation of the line. Let's draw our diagram out again. So if AC is the diameter, then the midpoint of that line will be the centre of the circle. So the midpoint formula is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So it's going to be the 1 plus 6 over 2, comma, minus 5 plus 7 over 2. And that's going to give me that the centre of the circle is 3.5, comma, 1. Right, so the radius of the circle will be given by the distance OC, or it could also be AO, it doesn't matter. The distance formula is the square root of x squared minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. This is this distance here. So that's going to be 6 minus 3.5 squared plus 7 minus 1 all squared. That's the square root of 6 minus 3.5 is 2.5 squared, and then 7 minus 1 is 6. So that gives me the square root of 41.25. The equation of a circle centre AB and radius R is going to be x minus a all squared plus y minus b all squared is equal to r squared. So this is going to be x minus 3.5 all squared plus y minus 1 all squared is equal to 41.25. This is the centre of the circle which we found here, and this is the radius squared, which is that all squared. Okay, here is an actual diagram of the circle. This is the diameter, and here we can see this angle is a right angle. If you remember the theorem, that angles in a semicircle are 90 degrees. I hope you've understood, and I thank you very much for watching.